It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Ole Miss Rebels. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Rebels will put toe to leather and we'll get started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Texas A&M's offense will come out first. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
Got his man. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He's got it. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
And the Rebels are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. He'll try to do it, turning it on. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. And now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this is an area of the field, man, who can be more physical. And you know I'm going to run the football a lot of times on these goal-to-go situations. 1st and goal, can I be physical? Can I get closer? The defense won that physical battle. Interested to see now if the offense thinks they can still run, or do they go to the passing game?
And he will score! Touchdown, Rebel!
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Texas A&M going quickly.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. He'll keep it himself. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making...
Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. The Aggies have this offense rolling.
When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to the R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that physical presence to this offense.
The play action fake. Quickly to the tight end. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Gets it out fast. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass on 2nd down. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Aggies! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. The extra point here would tie the game.
And there's so many targets to focus on and so many elite playmakers, and they just lost him. They lost the running back out of the backfield. He catches the football, does the rest, takes it into the end zone. What a nice weapon to have on your team.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On that last drive, defense had no idea what... Oh, he's got some space. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24.
Man, it would be hard not to continue to feed this guy the rock. He just makes big plays. Last week you saw it, over 100 yards, making big plays already in this football game. He is a big play waiting to...
Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. fights off the defender. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Looks as if Texas A&M will have enough for the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Flips it out to the back. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Texas A&M going up tempo. They'll move the tight end. They go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
A big 3rd down coming, and Hoddy Toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. They'll try to run for it. He did not make it, a stone wall on 3rd down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. Never a doubt. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. NC State has the lead right now. This team can really open up the playbook at times, but I'm not sure this game is over just yet. They're up by 7 over Georgia. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Right on the money. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. Running back searching for a hole.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Got it set up on the outside. There he goes. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Oh, he makes the catch. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Texas A&M going quickly.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Here's the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Complete to the right. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
You got to love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now, and you're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play. They hit the quarterback on this last one. Now 3rd down, you know they're going to be pinning their ears back.
It's complete to the left. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
The Rebels looking to convert on 4th down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 4th down, looking to pass. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Pulls and fires complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the 1st. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Just a little off. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Let's see what he can do with it. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for them.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And the Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, running back gets to give. There he goes! Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Rebels want to move quickly. They're going to ride this running back.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. zings it complete to the right. He's down to the 37-yard line, and that's where he goes out of bounds. And the Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Makes the grab. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Firing to the right, complete. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. Now up by 7 points here in the second.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today at Oxford. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's head back to the Grove at our fellas at Vaught Hemingway Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese,
turning it on! They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Quarterback moving. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
To the air on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Aggies want to pick up the tempo. Makes the grab on the left. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He'll try to really get into this one. special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Direct snap. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed in the middle. It's Isaac. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Isaac. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a 1st down. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside give. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Send the tight end in motion. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. To the ground with the back. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
You know, good running backs are the ones that can make things happen in small spaces. That running back there found his lane.
Touchdown, Rebels! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Quick release on the RPO. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. Texas A&M going up tempo. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. first down. Fires to the big fella. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A big third down coming, and Hoddy Toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
When you're trying to protect the lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Looking downfield on first down. Get it out on the screen. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. A lot of urgency for this offense.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Quarterback on the keeper. Brings him to the open. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Wants to go up top on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Man, a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field. When I run that post route, QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
Here he comes with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Oh, he's got some space. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like, it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
Looking to throw on first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Quarterback making checks. Wants to fire on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. After that last incompletion, man, do they need to connect and keep this drive alive and keep that clock running. Out of the backfield, he's open. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Using the quick game. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They've made clutch, tough plays on this drive on 3rd down. They need one more on 3rd and 7. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35.
Music no! Music no!
On the move. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Still looking on the move. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
The give to the back. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Absolutely center cut, and that will extend their lead even further. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. No time to feel sorry for yourself here, Jesse. There's still a chance, but you've got to get it going now.
No doubt. 2-possession game at this point, right, David? Not a lot of time left, so execution has to be at a premium here.
Yeah, and I probably want to go fast. I want to throw the football. I don't know how many possessions I got left. I got to make them all count.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Finds his back in the middle. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Quarterback off target on that one. In this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He wants a big play here late. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Bunch formation for these receivers. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front, get some push, and ball security, David. That's premium.
Yes, take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the box, don't be afraid to take a shot.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Steps away. Another incompletion on third down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. How about that one? Fourth and forever, and he just turned one loose and fired it for the first down.
Man, does that sting. Defensively, you get him in the perfect situation. You know they're going to pass the football. You play the ball deep, and you give up a deep pass. That is a back-breaking play.
Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
Someone say run out the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Looking to throw on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And the pass is dropped and incomplete, and that's going to do it. Clock has struck 0, and the ball game is over. A hostile environment can have